Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have a Transformers Robots in Disguise review for you today. This is Warrior Class Blurr. Been looking for him for a couple weeks now. Just found him at Toys R Us the other day, so I was very excited to pick him up. Plus Toys R Us is having a 20% off all Robots in Disguise stuff right now, so pretty excited about that. I think that goes until tomorrow, Saturday the 8th? Yes, I know the days of the week. In any case, April 8th, I believe, is when that sale ends. But if you're lucky enough to find this guy right now at Toys R Us, you can get 20% off. So there's that. Taking a look on the bottom here, it shows the other figures in this wave. So you have the kind of repaint of Windblade, you have the Soundwave, and then you have the repaint of Starscream as Skywarp. So, but yeah, I was very excited to find Blurr. Taking a look at the back here, directions as per usual. Get a shot of the vehicle mode and the robot mode, and then the whole rest of this just talks about that app game. I don't know, does anyone play that anymore? I never tried it, but I don't know. Might be fun. In any case, let's go ahead. We'll get Blurr out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. So here is Blurr out of the packaging. And as you can see, he's primarily this kind of teal blue with a little bit of darker blue and white thrown in for accent color. But I like it. He's got a giant kind of car windshield bubble on his back, but I don't know, it doesn't bother me that much. Yes, it's a bit of kibble, but it's kind of a nice shape, so it kind of makes... It's like a turtle shell, really. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Looks like he's a Ninja Turtle. But in any case, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so of course it can rock up and down, side to side. You have a ball joint in the shoulder. You have a kind of bicep swivel, which is mostly for the transformation, but it does give you some more posability. 90 degrees in the elbow, wrists do not move, waist does not move, ball joint in the hip, and then you pretty much have 90 degrees, a little bit more than 90 degrees, I guess, but mostly 90 degrees in the knee. Now, the funny thing is, if I get in real close here, it kind of looks like there's another joint here where you could actually get like a thigh swivel, but I don't know how you would actually get this piece of plastic to stand still while you turn the other one, because when you try to turn it, it just does the whole thing on the ball joint. I don't know if that's just the way it's constructed or if that's actually meant to move, but I even popped the leg off in an effort to get it to move, and it didn't really move. So, I mean, you're not really missing anything because you can still get the same range of motion out of the ball joint in the hip. I just noticed it when I was doing the transformation, and I thought it was interesting. So, I don't know. You also have a little bit of play here in the ankle, mostly for the transformation, but you can get some up and down there. So, I really like the look of him a lot. I love the color scheme. I really like the head sculpt. I'll try to get in a little bit closer so you can take a look. He's just kind of got like giant, like aviator glasses kind of visor, but I like it. Symbol here on the chest for that app game I mentioned earlier. You can go ahead and scan that if you play that. Now there is some light piping there, as you can see when I kind of cover it with my finger. So a decent amount of light piping there. I like that. But yeah, overall, I like his design. I like the quirkiness of the robot. I love the head sculpt. And I love the color scheme. Like I said, it just kind of reminds me of like a Ninja Turtle on the back. He does come with this one accessory. Take a quick look at this. It's nothing special. It's a kind of translucent gun. I like the design of it. Has a peg on the side as well as the peg for the handle. It's weird that it's translucent, but I like the design of it. Fits very easily into his hand, so we can wield it very easily like that. And then also be able to mount it in vehicle mode, which we'll take a look at in a minute. But yeah, I really like the look of this guy. I don't know what it is. It seems like every time we do a new series, we get some kind of blue car, and we call it Blurr. But, you know, I'm okay with it. I mean, it makes sense. It's a nice little G1 homage, while at the same time, you get a, you know, pretty cool figure here. The legs really remind me of Prime Wheeljack. I don't know if anyone else is getting that, but the front of the car definitely reminds me of that. But I do like, overall, I like the design of this guy, and I love the color scheme. Let's go ahead and get into the transformation. So transformation is actually pretty simplistic. You're going to start by coming around to the back, and you can see that there's a hinge here in the feet. So you're just going to kind of rock the feet back, basically where the ankles connect to the leg. And you're just going to rock the feet back and hide them in like that. Very simple. It's a little tight on mine. Nothing that, I mean, I'm sure the more times you do it, it'll be fine, but it's just a little tight. But it rocks back in there, and then you can see here the pegs and the slots I kind of like to slide it in. You might be able to just straight push them together, but it kind of looks like they're meant to be slid together like that. But anyway, you can see the whole front section of the car now. You're going to come to the back to the turtle shell, flip this out, it all just kind of compresses in on itself. You're going to want to push this up. Now you have to be careful because if you can see this joint here, there's kind of that lip right here where my finger is. And you want to make sure that if you have that up too high when you push it all the way up like this, because you're going to hide the head in there. But if you have the lip all the way up like that, when you come back down, that lip is going to hit the top of the head. So you kind of want to start it almost all the way done as you bring it up, so that lip doesn't hit Blurr's head as you bring this down. And then you're literally just going to bring it down till it meets the front of the car. And you can see that's pretty much 90% of the transformation right there. At this point, you're just going to come to the arms and you have this bicep swivel here. So you're going to do 180 degrees right there. And you're going to do that on both arms. Very simple. And then you just kind of bring these up to form the rest of the spoiler. And then you kind of collapse these in. And how this works is right here, you can see the plastic. It's going to bend in on this hinge right here. So as you push this in to be flush, it's going to just unpeg and push towards. So you just kind of push that in. Make sure the arms are out of the way so it can do that. And it will also tab in. You can see there's a slot hole right there where my thumb is. And there's a tab right there. So as you push it all in together, it will tab together. I don't know if I'm doing this wrong. It's giving me a little bit of trouble. I did this a minute ago. There we go. I guess I just didn't have it lined up all the way. And then you can make sure the spoiler is lined up. And then at this point, you're just going to bend the arms up and they'll become the sides of the car. So yeah, I would say just tabbing everything together and making sure everything fits flush is the most difficult part, and that's not even really that difficult. You just have to get the hang of it. But yeah, here we have the completed vehicle mode. I like it a lot. I'm a fan of crazy, weird, futuristic cars. Like, the stranger looking, the better, in my opinion. I don't know why, I just always have been. So I love the kind of giant dome section here in the middle of this car. I don't know why, it just speaks to me. Now you have three sections here where you can peg the gun in. You can either put the handle of the gun right there, you can turn it around and use this peg, something like that. Same thing on both sides. You can peg that in on the side to get the gun on there, or you can peg it in with the handle of the gun. If you like that better, then maybe connect something else to that. Whatever you like to do. Gives you a lot of options. You definitely have a lot of different ways you can attach the gun to the vehicle mode, so that's kind of cool. I kind of wish there was a way you could just store it underneath, but it makes sense that there's not. But yeah, I definitely love this design. It's just it's a crazy, futuristic, strange kind of car, but I really like it. And as I said before, I love the color scheme, and the color scheme just works even better in the vehicle mode, in my opinion. That nice, like, teal sky blue with the kind of lighter blue and the darker blue and the white as accent colors. Very, very cool. I definitely like Blurr a lot. I think he's a fun, interestingly designed in both the robot and the car mode. I love the head sculpt. I love the color scheme. Plus, I always appreciate when a transformer is somewhat easy to transform back and forth. It's definitely not a cheap or, like, super gimmicky transformation by any means. It's just simple and it works. And I always think that's kind of fun when it's easy to transform them back and forth, and I'm sure kids appreciate that as well. So I think this is a great toy. I don't really have any complaints about him. Like I said, I pretty much love everything about him. But that's just me personally. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to hear your opinions. I'm just kind of surprised it's one of the few Robots in Disguise toys where the fist doesn't immediately rotate into the forearm when you transform him. Seems to happen a lot in Rid. I don't know why. But in any case, I like this figure a lot. Like I said, I love everything about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Warrior Class Blurr from Transformers Robots in Disguise. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.